Heyo, I'm Colby from Sanitarium Productions, back again with another G.I. Joe action figure review. Today we're taking a look at the Mantis Attack Craft with Aqua Viper Officer from the Rise of Cobra line. So this set here is actually a re-release of the Stingrader craft with a new, essentially a lamprey figure with a slightly different color scheme, which is pretty awesome. Comes in a nice G.I. Joe Rise of Cobra themed packaging here. Some nice artwork on the top. Flipping it over to the back, we got the cool action features and all that good stuff going on. And on the bottom, you've got the file card for the figure. So, pretty awesome stuff. This thing came out in, let's see what it says here, 2009. So pretty awesome. Let's go ahead and open this thing up here. Got a little bit of tape on it, so we'll go ahead and just slice that open. And a little tab here on the side. And this thing just kind of folds out like some kind of crazy accordion. And that's pretty much what we got. So we'll toss the box to the side for the time being. We got one of the crazy fin things here with the little spinny propeller thing. Pretty nice packaging job here. They've got everything kind of taped up. We've got the instruction sheet here, sticker sheet, a whole bunch of tape. So let's just go ahead and start slicing tape and pulling this stuff off. The little accessory kit here. We got some tape holding in these little tab things. They go a little wild with their tape here, there, and about. But I guess it's better than having some of these things come off and get messed up in shipping, or whatever you want to call it. On the bottom for the figure itself, it's also taped in here. So we'll slice that open. Then the figure will pop right out. And we've got a couple of these twisty tie things, so we'll just go ahead and snip those with our wire snippers. So much easier doing it this way than trying to untie that stuff. At least for me. And one more piece of tape on this thing. Alright, cool. So then we just fold these little plastic pieces back and kind of shove them through the box to get them started anyways. And this thing should just lift right out. Perfect. And then the cardboard insert is really nothing to write home about. Some nice G.I. Joe logo stuff here, but nothing too special. Then on the actual vehicle itself, we've got a whole bunch of these rubber bands holding things on. So we'll just go ahead and cut them off. All over the place here. Cool. So we got the figure, accessory kit, and the other little wing thing here. So all in all, some pretty cool stuff here. We will zoom in on this stuff and take it one piece at a time here and just go from there. We'll start out with the sticker sheet and the instructions. You don't get a lot of stickers with this thing, so here it is though, and I'll get a scan of this and include it in here for you so you can see it a little bit closer. Then the instruction sheet here. Not a whole lot really to this thing, and nothing on the back here, so yeah, pretty straightforward. Here we have the little accessory kit here. It's got all the missiles and weapons and stuff like that in there. So let's see what's in here. We'll just slice open this piece of tape here and just dump it all out. Cool. So we have a cool little cannon thing here that goes on the back, I guess, of the vehicle. Then we've got 4 of these missiles. Pretty decent, not a whole lot of anything going on here, but they do have the little dumbbell tie things on them. Then the 2 accessories for the actual figure itself. We've got the air breather, and we'll attach this to the figure here in a few minutes, and his weapon. That's pretty much all we get in the accessory kit here, so we'll go ahead and start the assembly process here and get this taken care of. It shouldn't take very long. Step 1 here is just to attach the tail section. So turn the vehicle here to the side. The tail section is the piece that came in the accessory kit. It's got this little hooky thing on here on the butt, and it just attaches here to the back. You've got these 2 prongs here. You just line this up with the red facing to the top and just snap it in place like so. Pretty straightforward on that one. Step 2 is to attach the turbines to the vehicle. So it comes with 1 turbine already attached. The other one came loose in the box, so it's just this piece right here. It has these 2 pegs on the side of it, and there's a peg hole on the back. You just line that up and snap it in place like so, and then it will turn however you want it to turn, and you can see the turbine spinning if you get in there with your finger. There's not an actual mechanism on here to make it turn manually. You just have to kind of stick your hand into that thing and make it turn. So yeah, pretty straightforward, but they still look cool. Step 3 is the missile launcher. Slide the wings out to reveal the launchers. Insert a missile into each launcher. Press button to fire. So the actual wings themselves, these things are movable here, which is pretty nice. So you just grab hold right beside the red stripe here and just yank on it, and right there is your actual missile launcher itself. So take one of the missiles, line it up with the hole there, slide it in until you hear it click, and then to fire you just press this little button here on the side towards the back. It's got a pretty good action on it, and it fires pretty well. Go ahead and reload it here. Then when you're not using it, you can actually just slide that back into place, and you can see here at the front the missile shows. You just can't fire it with it closed like that. You have to open that to get it to actual fire. So other side is the same way. Pop it out, slide the missile inside there, and you're locked and loaded. Oop, it does come with 4 missiles. Where did that one I just fired go? So the 2 that aren't actually in the missile launchers, they actually will attach to the sides here. So on the side next to the collapsible wing, there's a little peg right there. You just line this thing up and just snap it into place, and you've got your storage for your extra missiles right there. Nice and secure. You flip it upside down and it won't lose anything. So yeah, pretty awesome. Step 4 is the grabber claw. manually open grabber claw, press button to close. So our grabber claw is this big thing at the front. You just use your hands and just open it up. It's spring loaded. So you just kind of spread it really wide until you hear it click. Then the button is right here on the front. You just press the button and it snaps closed like that. So pretty nice actual spring mechanism on that, and it really does work really well. So that's a pretty cool little thing there. So yeah. Let's go ahead and take a look at the actual figure itself. This is the Aqua Viper officer. Comes on the actual plastic piece here. He's got a couple rubber bands holding him in, so let's go ahead and snap those off and pull him out of the plastic. Alright, cool. And get rid of all the little rubber band pieces holding on still. And we'll toss that into the recycling bin. So the figure itself, again, it is essentially the Cobra Lampreys figure with a new paint scheme. And the red color and black and silver just work really well. So it's a really nice figure. They are calling it the Cobra Aqua Viper Officer. So pretty neat, but it's still a Lamprey figure to me, so I'm going to probably refer to it that way. It does have a removable helmet that you can pop off. It's a little bit tricky to get off. It actually works better pulling it from the back to the front. So it's got a nice head sculpt underneath that, but toss the helmet back on there and it looks a lot cooler. So and technically the little chin piece here snaps on, which is why it's hard to remove the other way. And it does look a lot cooler with the actual helmet on, so that's why I'm probably going to leave the helmet on forever. So as far as articulation goes, the head does spin 360 degrees and has plenty of up and down motion. The traditional shoulder joint is a ball and swivel. Ball and swivel at the elbow joint as well. And just a swivel joint at the wrist. Not a big deal there. It does have the chest twist feature and some ab rock feature going on there as well. The little vest here, dive vest or whatever you want to call it, is doesn't really impede his movement at all, so that's nice. Traditional T-hook at the hip joint, no loss of motion there either. Got a double knee joint, and then at the ankle it's a twist and rocker, so pretty nice little articulation wise anyways. The detail work on this figure is really nice as well. There's a lot of really cool little doodads and dive bits going on here. Just looks really awesome. He does have a pistol holster on his side, but he does not come with a pistol, so you'll have to steal one from somewhere else if you want to give him one of those. Accessory wise, he does come with his submachine gun here. If you can get the focus in on here. Not a lot of detail work, but a little bit, so still a pretty nice little weapon here. And then his breathing backpack here. Again, not a lot of detail work on it. And the two little hoses that connect. So we'll go ahead and throw this on here. So just line up his vest there so you can see the hole in his back. Slide that in there until it snaps. And then your two little hoses will line up with the two little peg holes on the helmet. And the actual helmet itself sits a little high, so these hoses are not quite long enough to really be real useful. So you may just have to kind of wiggle it in there as best you can. Tilt his head back if you need to attach those. So once the hoses are on, you're losing a little bit of movement here in his head because the hoses will pop off, but it's not too terribly bad. So then we'll take the assault rifle, and it fits in his hand really easily. It's a little bit big, but still fits really nicely. And he's pretty much all set and ready to go. Again, not a lot of accessories. The actual Mantis sub is the bigger accessory, so that's kind of why. But still, all in all, it's a really awesome figure. So the vehicle itself also features an opening canopy. You just kind of grab hold of it and just kind of pull that back. It's fairly easy to open, but it does stay locked in place, so that's good. Inside there's some nice detail work. Hopefully you can see that pretty well. The actual, it's not a steering wheel, but the steering column itself moves up and down. So you can get the figures in and out pretty easily there, but not a whole lot of side-to-side motion or anything like that. But still looks really nice in here. So just kind of pull that up, then grab your figure. And they sit in there. If I can get his feet to line up there. Just kind of squish him down into the seat here. You may have to bend his legs a little bit to get him to fit in there. Slap the steering column back down. Yep, so let's do this again. So if you bend the legs a little bit to begin with, this is a lot easier. Otherwise his helmet will actually catch on the canopy and it won't close securely. So bend his legs a little bit to get him to go into the seat. Then your canopy should close without any problems. I say should. This one's actually popping off on me, so let's try bending his legs a little bit more and squishing them down in there. There we go. Much better. Fits really nicely. Pops up pretty easily after that point, so you just have to kind of cram him in there pretty good, but it does fit, works pretty well. All in all, then you have your action features where the wings pop out, the fins on the side move up and down. You've got these cool turbines that rotate, and you can use your hands in here to make the little blades spin. Then you got a rotating gun at the back and some cool little turbines here and jets and stuff like that. So all in all, really cool looking vehicle. It does actually have wheels on it, so it will roll around on a flat surface pretty easily. So all in all, it's a pretty awesome vehicle. I've always really liked it from back when it was actually called the Stingraider in the actual Valor versus Venom toy line. So yeah, it's still a really awesome little small manned vehicle for the Cobra fleet here. So yes, pretty wicked. All in all, this is a great little set. They're not really expensive right now. You can get one still in the box for about 30 bucks probably. You can get them loose for 20 bucks pretty much. The figures themselves kind of sell around the $20 range also, so if you can get it under 40, it's definitely highly recommended. Again, if you're not really looking for the figure, you can opt for the Valor vs. Venom line, which is a slightly different color scheme, but still a really awesome vehicle. Yeah, pretty much highly recommend this set here. I don't think you'll be disappointed in it whatsoever. It's got a lot of action features. You get a lot of play out of this thing, so yeah, go pick this thing up. That's all the time we've got for today, so thanks for watching. Subscribe to our channel if you haven't already. Drop us some comments down below. Let us know what you think of the Mantis sub, or the Stingray sub, if that's what you want to call it. Also a very awesome Lamprey figure, or Aqua Viper officer. So, just let us know what you think about this. If there's anything you'd like to see in future episodes, let us know that as well. Until next time, Yo Joe.